think I've sort of wrestled that bumper into shape. Sits nice. I put more of a kink in it here to get it to wrap around the corner. Filled that hole in the middle. Got in a bit of trouble with that. Chasing dents. But now I'm going to try to get these to fit. These are much heavier. I mean, that's only 0.9, so it's a right nuisance to try and weld. But these are probably 1.2, I would say. So I've got the bumper into shape pretty much. It's still a little bit tight there, but I think that'll all jiggle around a little bit. But I want to look at sorting these overriders out. And what I'm going to use are these. And these, I think, are Jaguar. They might be XJ6 or something. I don't know. But I'm going to try and fit those. So I've cut the mounting bracket off. I'm trying to figure out a way of getting that on. So here's my plan. I've cut out 2 templates, and the one set back a little further than the other. And I've got a piece of timber which is roughly the same width as the overrider. So that's stapled on there. That's going to be that one. And these are going to kick back a little bit. That sort of angle. Let's see if that one fits there. I'd say that's probably about it. And that looks pretty good to me, I think. That's going to be about there. So this side I've got to cut the most out of. After several takes, that's what I've got. So that fits in there, and that's telling me how much to cut off. And it gets pretty close on that side. I'm not entirely sure what it's going to do on the bottom, but I think it'll be more like that. I'll try to keep this as low as possible because this is where I've got the most meat. So they'll go on at that sort of angle. That won't quite reach the back of there, but I don't think that's important. We'll see what it looks like anyway. Well, there's one overrider roughed into shape. Well, although not the correct one, the chances of getting the correct one are pretty much zero. Still needs a little bit of tweaking. But I think that looks quite good. So the back's almost vertical, that's almost horizontal. We've got a slopey back to it. I think that looks quite cool. So you would think that I can transfer these lines onto this one. We'll see. Well, one thing I'm banked on is these aren't a pair. I must have a front and a back, or two right hands, or whatever, but I can't. This cut out in the new one doesn't allow me to cut this out here. There's too much missing, so that makes it a bit more tricky. That one's sort of on. That's the one with bits missing. So you can see I've got to add a bit of material there, and quite a lot of material there. I don't get my finger in that gap. That was quite nice. Trying to get the other one on. Right, this one's needs a plate welding on the inside. I'll try and knock out this big dent here. I'll be able to reach most of it. I think this top bit I'll probably have to fill with braze. See how far it can get. Well, that's knocked out and ground out. The dent does actually continue right up to there, which I hadn't noticed. I think that'll just get lost in the reflection. Bolted up firmly. And they need tweaking, so that's not bad. This one sits back further than that one. So I'm calling this one good. I'm going to make this one match that, because that needs all this extra metal putting in. If we look at that, we've got a slight gap on the inside, and that one's pretty flush, so I need to twist that one in a little bit and back a bit. Overhangs the back a little bit, but I think once we've got the rubber in there, that'll creep forward. So far so good. Right, after quite a bit of faffing around, that's pretty good now. And they nearly face forward. Let's put the straight edge on. This is a tiny little gap there, and about the same there, because I can't quite get enough coverage to come back here, so that's sort of a compromise. So now I've got to do these infills here, little slither there, and a bigger one. Where are we? Bigger one there. That's a lucky shot, isn't it? On one side. Right, the overriders are 1.6 millimeter, I think, 1.6, and I'm going to use this, obviously an old saw blade. This is 1.9. I think that'll take the heat a bit better on these little bits here. I'll get those cut out. Correction, one like that and one like that. Right, here's my little pieces with a handle welded on, and I just need a little fine tuning to get in there, and then I'll tack them on in position. Trimmed up, and a bit of tape to try and stop the welding spatter on the bumper. Oh, come on. Move this away a bit. I think that'll do. Right, there we are with the rubber on. This is Jaguar overrider rubber. That one's pretty straightforward. That's the one I had to fill, and I had a load of trouble with that. I migged it, couldn't get rid of the lines. I put some braze in it, couldn't get rid of the lines, so then I gas welded it. Look at the other side. But that's pretty pleased with that, and I think they look a bit like the glue there.